UAB doctor who's led a clinical trial on a new weight loss drug says the results are powerful. It's a combination drug therapy that includes semaglutide and may help patients lose an average of 20% of their body weight. And Dr. Tim Garvey is that doctor and joins us this morning. Thanks for being here.
Well, hi, Anna. It's a pleasure to be here.
You led this clinical trial, which is a pretty big sampling, more than 3,000 people.
Yes, and it was an international trial, and all continents actually involved, except Antarctica.
Yeah, they were not in this one.
Right.
They sat this one out. So tell us about this new combination drug therapy.
Yeah, well, I think the audience may be familiar with semaglutide, which is what's the medicine that's in Ozempic, and higher doses for obesity are Wegovy. Well, this particular new medicine is Wegovy, is semaglutide equal to Wegovy, plus a new medication called cagrilintide that hits a different part of the brain to suppress appetite. So it works. It's additive to semaglutide, and people lose more weight than they would with just Wegovy alone. That's what the clinical trial demonstrated. And
this wasn't necessarily for people with diabetes. This was people who were overweight.
There were two trials, actually. They're called Redefine 1 and Redefine 2. The first one was for people that have obesity without diabetes, and the second one was with people that have diabetes. And it works very well in diabetes and leads to good glycemic control without hypoglycemia and less need for conventional diabetes medicine. So it's very good for patients that have both obesity and type 2 diabetes.
Certainly those are positives, and the big headline from all of this, though, was the amount of weight that people lost. So for someone who has a lot of weight to lose, this may, if approved, be a better option.
Well, yes, and these are powerful medications, and people, there's individual variability in terms of how much weight you lose, but on average, as you said, it was 22% weight loss, which is, and you know, the waist circumference went down 19 centimeters, which is a lot. People had to buy, they're out there buying whole new wardrobes, I'll tell you that.
It was life-changing,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so it is, but you know, our focus, I'm an endocrinologist, and our focus is on people's quality of life and health, and we treat this disease, obesity, to prevent and treat the complications of the disease, which really are responsible for patients' poor health in some patients. And that's what confers morbidity and mortality with this disease. So.
What about the side effects with this particular combination?
This combination is similar to Wegovy, semaglutide alone. About 40% of people will have gastrointestinal side effects, nausea and some vomiting, particularly at the beginning when we're escalating the dose because we build it up slowly. Rarely do we need to discontinue the medication for that, and sometimes we slow the escalation down to kind of help patients, and then it gets better over time, and most patients do pretty well.
Few seconds left. What's next for this before it's available to people?
Well, this may be available next year, but I tell you, there's a whole number of medications in development by multiple companies and biotech companies. The future is very bright for you know, effective and safe pharmacology to treat this disease. So we're looking forward to some of these future medications as well.
We look forward to hearing from you about those as well. Dr. Garvey of UAB, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Ani. Again, my pleasure.
And if you're interested in the clinical trials